So ADHD, just like you, I also had a lot of trouble maintaining relationships. To make matters worse, I didn't know why they always went wrong. I changed the game, and today I'm married and have a great relationship. I took all this knowledge and put it into the ADHD in Action Club for a very affordable price. Check it out in the first link in the description. Hey ADHD! How are you doing? I'm Yuri Maya from ADHD Simplified, and today we're going to talk about what happens when you don't treat ADHD. But before I start this video, go ahead and give it a like, subscribe to the channel so you always get videos like this, and also leave your comment here telling me what you thought of the video. Agreed. Well, ADHD is a disorder that is predominantly genetic in origin, meaning that in the vast majority of cases, it is born with the person, and then the environment indeed encourages the emergence of symptoms, the appearance of symptoms, and it can last a lifetime. In general, in most cases, it lasts a lifetime. My ADHD was present from birth, and it causes its effects throughout life. Some authors, some books, and some scientific articles also support the idea that, in some cases, ADHD doesn't carry on into adulthood. In the minority, the symptoms either become quite mild or they actually disappear. Probably, when it comes to ADHD, in the milder, softer type, the impairments don't show up as much in the individual's life. On the other hand, when you have ADHD from a young age, and it has been correctly identified and diagnosed, it's essential that you undergo treatment. The treatment for ADHD in childhood typically involves having two professionals, such as therapists, present in that person's routine, which is the psychologist or neuropsychologist, and your doctor, who is the child neurologist or child psychiatrist. The doctor will check in every 2 to 3 months to monitor the child's development. But if the child is already developing well, meaning there's a lot of stability in the symptoms, maybe the doctor can come in every 6 months to monitor, reassess, and prescribe or modify any medication they might have prescribed. Now, the psychologist or neuropsychologist needs to be present with your child every week for at least 1 hour a week. There are a lot of health plans that come with this talk of a half-hour appointment. A 30-minute appointment doesn't help anyone, okay? There are many children who take about 10 to 15 minutes just to sit down, stabilize, and be present in the consultation. So, a 1-hour appointment is essential, and it can't be bi-weekly. It has to be weekly for the following reason. ADHD doesn't get resolved just with medication. Medication treatment is one of the pillars that help in managing ADHD. But the role of the psychologist is precisely to help this child improve their behavior. Understanding when she feels anxiety, a desire to get up from her desk, and impulsiveness, how is she going to work through those emotions? How is she going to deal with that? Another important point about the psychologist being present is how this child reacts to the world. We know that those with ADHD often experience some form of repression, some kind of backlash because of their own behavior. It's like this: you are being judged. You are being suppressed for the way you are. Can you imagine your way of being causing some kind of repulsion in people? That's what ends up happening. In many cases, especially untreated ADHD, so indeed the psychologist's role is very crucial and important for this child to develop their self-control as much as possible. Although we know that a big part of the impulsivity issue in ADHD is linked, yes, to a dysfunction in your C region, prefrontal cortex, which is this frontal region of the brain, helps you regulate emotions, inhibitory control, working memory. You need to think before taking action, think before speaking, think before acting. Being able to carry out tasks in a structured way, what is a priority or not, what the first step is, what the second step is, all of this, the child and the adult too, okay? But mainly, the child has a lot of difficulty executing tasks, especially due to their natural low maturity. But it's not just the child's immaturity that's at play. We also know that there are several scientific studies that prove that the brain of a child with ADHD is also a bit more immature. It takes longer to mature than a so-called neurotypical brain, meaning that brain which is, let's say, standard. So this child, usually at 10 years old, she has the mindset of a 9 or 8-year-old, sometimes in adolescence at 15, she has the mindset of a 12-year-old. Sometimes you might notice this in your child. Now, if you're an adult, I'm talking about all ADHD here, okay? If you're an adult, it's also important for you to get your treatment. Sometimes I get messages from people saying I call it the height of it, right? Talking like that, Yuri, wow, I'm 25 years old. Is there still time to get treatment? I'm 40 years old. I've also had a 76-year-old lady. Wow, I'm 76. Is it worth getting treatment? Of course, it's worth it for you to get treatment. It's the treatment that will give you a new horizon in your life. It's indeed the treatment that will help you make progress in those areas where you weren't able to move forward. And mainly, you should invest in your self-knowledge. You going after books? You joining our ADHD Ganhasang Club, where I'm providing new content for you every week, exclusive to those who are subscribers of the club. Click here on the card or click here on the link in the description as well. In other words, there are several ways for you to get to know yourself, like going to therapy, which is very important. Having access to medication when necessary, when your doctor thinks it's needed, and following it closely. Your quality of life can improve a lot if you take your treatment seriously. All right? I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to follow me on social media, on Instagram, where I'm there every day answering your questions in the box with you. And subscribe to the channel, share this video, and I hope to see you in the next video. So, thanks. See you later. Bye-bye. ADHD can indeed impact your life. Have you ever felt that if you had the courage to act exactly as you think, everything would be different? People would respect and admire you? Many adults with ADHD are wasting precious time in life because they can't break free from the cycle of self-sabotage. But I developed a method that changed my game, and I'm going to teach it to you in the first link in the description.